Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Hello and welcome to my channel. Vice Rhino here. Sir is over there.
Trying to get zoom. There we go. I couldn't get Zoom to boot up.
Start with the hat right off the bat. Hats off the bat.
Hats off to Rhino's audience for forcing him to wear the hat again.
Let's just go with the octopus because it's everybody's favorite, kind of including mine, but it's also very uncomfortable. And
what you're saying is you're really into tentacles.
Yeah.
And depending on where on the internet we are,
that you were
the tentacles
talking
might be into you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody loves the octopus hat. What's uncomfy about it, Fennec asks. It's a tight knitted hat. I don't do hats. They actually I don't wear toques in the wintertime because they give me like a rash across my forehead, and this hat kind of does the same thing.
But at least you only have to wear it for a few minutes at a time. Yeah.
So now I get it out of the way.
There's that.
It's crochet, not knit, whatever. I know they're different, but it's yarn. I have
Salt Miners Cavern, thank you for the follow, and Loki, thank you for the subscription.
So I forgot to update my chat bots, so in the chats it will still be spamming links to Forrest Valkai's Doctors Without Borders fundraiser. And honestly, Doctors Without Borders is kind of awesome, so just click the link. It's fine.
That reminds me, I need to go into my stream elements and tell it to stop saying my collaboration partner right now is Squid Tips.
I mean, it kind of is.
Squid Tips.
Yeah, I got Squid Tips.
You have Squid Tips right now, but you are not yourself the YouTuber known as Squid Tips. Got to be very specific there.
Lord of Uzkalak says head coverings in general are uncomfortable. Yeah, I am a hood guy all the way. If it's cold enough out that I need to cover my head, it's a hood.
I don't think you're a hood guy. I've grown up around a lot of hood guys, and I don't think you're one of them.
Not that kind of hood. The Morbid Palace just subscribed for 6 months, so thank you for that, Morbid Palace.
I did not know it still showed me playing Pokemon Unite, Razor. I thought I changed that to just chatting ages ago. All right, I guess Rhino is playing Pokemon Unite with me.
If I knew what Pokemons were what, I'm sure I could come up with an octopus-looking Pokemon and be like, oh, you could just catch the whatever the fuck on my head.
Octillery.
There you go.
Tentacruel.
Tentacruel. I knew that one. I could have got... Oh, darn it.
Like, there's a few of them, actually. There's one octopus Pokemon that's not even a water type. It's just a fighting type. It uses the 8 arms to throw hands, and that's all it does. I mean,
why not?
Why not is also a Pokemon.
Sure. The Morbid Palace, thank you for your 10 bits. Everything's a Pokemon nowadays.
Even vanilla ice cream is a Pokemon. It's called Vanillish.
I'm not actually surprised. I thought you might have been joking at first, but then I'm like, nope, that's probably true.
Look, as of Generation 4, God is a Pokemon.
They have a fucking Donald Trump with a nicked ear Pokemon.
They do! They do have that. But no, like, we have God as a Pokemon right now, so now we get to have...
I no longer have the picture set up and ready to go for that, but I do have this. I still have that. What do you mean, God damn it? Do you not approve that message?
I approved the message, but not how it got there.
Karen Tuplin send pounds. Say hi. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Hi.
Rain B says, I love this interaction. Look, I think that's something that I want to do is I want to get you playing Pokemon Unite with me, because we did a community night for it.
Do I want to know why Axel wants to know my birthday?
Axo asked me the same thing last stream, I assume that it's benign.
It's June 11th, so I assume that by the time that comes back around, Axo will have forgotten.
Maybe.
Whatever
possibly.
They're about to
do. But no, I want to get Rhino on Pokemon Unite playing with me, with or without my community. I did a whole community thing last stream where everybody was coming in and free playing, and that was fun. That was fun. But I think it'd be fun to bring you in. You're just like, oh, look, there's Charizard. I want to play Charizard because I know that one. Oh, no. What's that dragon that looks like a motorcycle? I don't like it because I don't know what it is.
So, plot twist. Axo is actually just fishing for all of our security answers.
Yes. Next Axo is going to go, hey, what was your hometown? Hey, real quick, what's your favorite
What was the first car you ever drove? Just curious.
What was your first pet's name? I really want to know the lore, you know?
I always hate the ones that go by mother's maiden name, because like my mother currently goes by her maiden name. So anybody that knows my mother knows my mother's maiden name. How is that a security question?
Rain Beast says, which dragon bike? Miraidon. The Miraidon, the legendary
Miraidon. Miraidon.
Yes.
That sounds like a it sounds like a Sibian you got from Temu.
Rain Beast had to correct. There are multiple. There's Cyclizar, Koraidon, and Miraidon. Look, I forget because I still have only played like 3 hours of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I didn't like open world Pokemon the way that was built. So
apparently Axo is giving us Pokemon. My Pokemon is number 116, which is Horsey.
I mean, that works out.
That's also one that I know, so that works.
Look, Horsey in Generation 2, Horsey gets one of the best evolutions of any Pokemon, and it's Kingdra, and I will always be a fan of Kingdra. Just, hey, this Pokemon's Dragon Water. What's it weak to? Weak to? We forgot about that when we combined those types.
See, I just remember
weak to dragon.
I just remember watching the show as a kid and thinking about Horsey and being like, that's just a seahorse. Mm-hmm. That's not a Pokemon. That's just a seahorse.
Well, the strategy for making most Pokemon is to take a regular animal.
I am aware of that
one
now.
Fantastic trait. What
fantastic traits did Horsey get?
What fantastic trait does Horsey get? Very good question. Let me look at its design real quick.
Because I don't really remember anything particularly interesting about it, other than it was a seahorse.
I think Horsey doesn't get it so much. Let me look at Seadra, which is its first evolution. Seadra gets a lot more spiky. That's really about it. I guess it's just as it evolves, it starts looking more like a dragon.
Horsey can be pregnant as a male.
I mean, it's Seahorse dads.
Seahorse dads. Did they ever talk about, like, did Pokemon ever get into how they reproduce?
So, yes and no. So they did get into how they reproduce. They all reproduce with eggs, even the mammalian ones that reproduce with eggs. However, the way that it's described in both the anime and the games is
I don't know. I don't want to know where this is going.
anytime you're looking at the Pokemon, nothing will happen. It's only times where humans are not looking and cameras are not on that an egg will appear. That's it. And then the eggs don't hatch via the normal way that an egg hatches, where you give it warmth and wait some time. An egg has to be, or in the anime, the egg has to be around battles. Like a Pokemon battle has to be happening near it, and that gives the egg the energy to hatch. In the games, it's just walking around with the egg that does it.
I mean, to be fair, that actually, boop. There we go. Your bottom was transparent, and it was bothering me.
He was trying to call me twice from a scam line. Weird.
Well, you didn't answer the first time.
Well, yeah, of course I'm not going to answer. If it says scam, I'm not going to look at it at all. I have no reason to.
Oh, recently I've been having so many private numbers and no caller ID numbers and everything calling me, but I've got so many people that I'm expecting calls from that they would be calling from private and unknown numbers that I just have to answer them all now, and it is driving me mental. I fucking hate it. It's the worst.
I know what the one thing that Horsey gets that makes it distinct from a seahorse.
What's that?
Because the way Horsey is described, its snout operates the same way that I forget which part of a squid fires out the ink, but
it shoots ink out its nose?
It can. Like a Horsey operates the same way, so it can fire like water out of that and various projectiles.
Its secret weapon is sneezing really hard at you.
Which is yes. Its
That
secret
actually,
weapon
you
is
know
that.
what? That actually tracks. Have you ever seen a male seahorse giving birth?
Doesn't it just like
It looks,
rear its head up and then spasm?
yeah, it looks like it is having a sneezing fit, but every time it sneezes, a bunch of little baby seahorses pop out of its belly.
Jesus.
Thank you for
Christ.
subscribing, Duct Tape Jake. Duct Tape Jake. That's a hard name to say. That's 5 months, so thank you. Yeah, so it like they sneeze out babies, so the fact that it sneezes to attack actually kind of tracks. I like it.
And for every evolution of Horsey, the snout gets smaller, so the projectile gets more accurate, basically.
So Lord of Uzkalak says, is it sneezing or spitting?
For Horsey, it could be both.
If it's going to be the black attack, the ink attack that squids do, if it's similar to that, that is literally mucus, not saliva. So I'm going to go with sneezing. So it's sneezing. It attacks you with its snot.
Yep. So that makes
canon
sense. Now. Yeah. So Horsey just turns into a dragon over time, and all of its attacks are either water or dragon. It's either firing water out of the snout, or it's using it as an actual fucking laser cannon.
Yeah, Axo says wording. Yes, I realized what I said as soon as I said it, and then I'm like, nope, that's not what I meant.
Yep.
And Fennec is saying, look up the deep sea telescope fish.
Now I want to know. Telescope.
Oh, it's that crazy thing with the transparent eyeball looking things. But it's like a million times scarier than the one that you normally see. Yeah.
That's creepy as shit.
It looks like it looks like one of the puppets from Flight of the Navigator.
It does look like something that's like a horror Muppet. It definitely does look like that.
It does. Let's see. I don't know if that's it. So like this guy right here, I'm sorry you can't see it bigger, but like
I love his little face though.
Yeah. It's kind of adorable in the creepiest way. But like it looks like something out of Flight of the Navigator. Now they're saying look up peanut worm. Yeah, they're saying it's a trap. I know that these are traps. That's why I'm not doing the search while you guys can see me searching it.
A peanut worm just looks like a dick.
Cyrus, if your dick looks like that, please go see a doctor. That is not what dicks look like.
The one from Australian Geographic just looks like a mushroom-headed dick. That's what that looks like to me.
I don't know. These don't look like dicks to me.
I'm sorry that dicks look different in Canada.
We got better dicks. Yeah, okay, the Australian Geographic one.
Yeah, it just looks like a penis.
Penis is still... It looks like if a sea cucumber tried to be a penis. Which, to be fair, I'm not entirely sure that this isn't just a sea cucumber.
I have a question. Stoff, why do I need to look up all of these different undersea horrors? Like, I looked at the bobbit worm. It looks cool, but I don't know why I'm looking them all up now.
Look up the Z Frank video on bobbit worms.
I mean, not right now.
No, I'm not showing that on stream because he fucking deserves his own views. Go watch him yourself. And if your dick has mushrooms on it, then please see a doctor, says Duct Tape Jake.
Look, I feel like Trump should have done that a long time ago.
Seen a doctor? Yes. About his mushroom penis?
Yep. You know...
Yeah, do you really want a doctor fixing that, though? Do you want him to be able to have more kids?
Look, he's already firing dust at this point anyway. What's the difference?
He's also firing Melania, apparently.
I guess in this case, he's firing spores?
I'm just picturing little Trumps growing everywhere, all over his bedroom.
Look, Saki and I have been doing a Pokemon playthrough where we use dice to determine what Pokemon we're allowed to catch during the run. And I got stuck with a Paris. So I started looking up all of this shit on Paris. Apparently, there is a Reddit, there's a subreddit called like r/science fiction doctor or something like that, where you could actually ask a doctor about different science fiction animals, and they'll role play back to you as if they're a doctor looking into this. So one person role plays bringing their Paris to a doctor and going, hey, so I know that my Paris is going to get taken over by these mushrooms eventually. Is there any way that I can save it from that fate? I want it to live. I want it to be okay. Can I cut the mushrooms off of it? And they're just like, that's not how spores work. I'm sorry. You can't just cut the top of mold away and expect everything underneath to still be okay, my guy. That's not how that works.
Yeah, we just talked about that with Forrest last week. Yep. Okay, 2 more Googles, then I'm cutting you guys off. So Axo's telling me to Google the Olm because it's the cousin of an axolotl, which, yeah, it looks like an axolotl tried to be a worm. Where's my button? There's a button to show this.
Axo,
there do you? Are. It's an axolotl that tried to be a worm.
Axo, do you want me to make a Magic the Gathering axolotl deck?
It's
like an axolotl commander deck?
It's a snekolotl.
It's a snekolotl?
Snekolotl. That's what I've decided to call it. I like that. It's a snekolotl.
And I mean, it says, show us the mold walls.
The other
I
one,
don't want to show J.K. Rowling's house.
And then the other one was the bonnet head shark, because it's kind of cute. I don't know. It looks just kind of like...
It's like a snubbed hammerhead.
It looks like a hammerhead that didn't commit to the bit.
Yeah. Thank you for the hydrate, Jassa. I appreciate it.
So, yeah. Anyway, I didn't really collect news items that we're not covering, so we can just get straight into the news after talking about various animals for 20 minutes and Googling undersea horrors.
Now I need to ask you one quick question for one of these items.
What's that?
Are we covering the recent legislation in Georgia?
No.
Okay, because I'm going to be covering it later, but I want to spoil it for my audience. Georgia just banned gay marriage.
Oh, no. Oh, that Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought about that one.
Yeah, the Georgian parliament passed the bill, but it hasn't. So the fact checkers on Twitter went, the parliament passed the bill, but it has yet to become law because the Georgian president will try to veto the bill. I'm like, the fact that it passed is scary enough.
Yeah, that it is. Did you just mute yourself to me and say something to your stream behind my back?
Yes, because I got a resubscription and I wanted to thank them for it without interrupting you.
Okay. I thought maybe you were like talking shit to me to your stream.
Oh, no, hold on. Let me do that real quick. There, now I was talking shit behind your back to my stream.
I'm never going to know what you said because that doesn't come through on my OBS, so I'm not going to see that when I'm editing.
Exactly. Aaron says, why the hate on curry? I can tell you exactly why. Because there's a YouTube channel that makes fun of foreign food all the time and does it like just very, very racist, like incredibly fucking racist. So I'm glad it stopped showing up in my feed. But there is a stereotype about Indian people that they are all uncultured and incredibly dirty and incredibly nasty. That is the stereotype about them. And because one of the traditional foods for a lot of Indian culture is curry, it gets associated with being this dirty, nasty food for these people, even though it's not. But that racial thing
it's also that white people can't handle flavor. So the fact that it has flavor.
Yeah. So people will say like, also there are people who don't like how curry makes your breath smell. They don't like that it can make you very gassy. So it all feeds into this stereotype of it being a dirty food associated with dirty people. So when they want to make fun of Indians without sounding racist, they'll target the curry because it makes them sound less racist unless you're used to listening to racist people.
You're allowed to not like foods. Like, I don't like curry.
You're allowed to not like good food.
The reason I don't like curry, though, is because I ate it every day for like 5 years straight.
You had reverse exposure therapy.
Yeah. It's just, it's not that I don't like it, it's that I'm over it.
It's the same thing that the aristocracy used to do with garlic. So, like, we all love garlic now.
Oh, progress only. That is quite the hot take. Curry and one-pot ramen are just regional differences on the same idea. I see what you're going for, but I know some people that would very strongly disagree with that.
I would also having cooked both of them a lot, I would also disagree. But anyway, a difference between a paste and a broth aside, it's the same thing that aristocracy used to do with garlic. So if you look at like a lot of old recipes in old recipe books, a lot of them would not contain garlic because recipe books, for the most part, were things that were bought by rich people. And one of the common phrases to demean peasants was to call them garlic eaters because garlic was one of the best spices around for the cheap.
And it's easy to grow, yeah.
And it's easy to grow in a variety of situations. In something as hard as fucking tack clay, you can still grow garlic in it. So it was deemed a common food, a food of the peasantry. There's been a long running history for anybody who wants to make fun of a race or a class of people to make fun of their food first. Why do you think so many of our stereotypes about black people have to do with fried chicken and watermelon and shit like that?
Dither 1987 says, is that where some of the vampire myths come from? I was actually just thinking that myself. Like,
yes, because the old vampire myths were about the aristocracy.
Old aristocracy people that...
And the garlic, they hated the smell of it on your breath. That
actually, I made that connection immediately. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's where. I'm not going to say for sure that that's where, but I made that connection too.
No, that's because like
Fennec is saying garlic is also delicious. Absolutely, it's amazing.
It's very delicious. I do a ton of cooking in my house. I finally did a cooking stream for the HelloFresh thing, so people actually watch me cook a little bit on stream. But I include so much garlic in my food that I have to buy like 20 or 30 cloves every week and a half. Mm-hmm. And I went to my dad's house and did some cooking like last year, and he just sat there staring. He's like, so how much garlic are you going to use? And I'm like, well, I take a whole bulb, I break it apart, and then I use the whole bulb. He's like, you only need 2 or 3 cloves. Like, that is not enough garlic.
Yeah,
the whole bulb.
Anytime I'm doing a recipe, it's like, dice 2 cloves of garlic. And be like, so 6?
Yeah. Also, if you want to get more garlic taste out of your food, don't slice it or dice it, crush it. It's an aromatic. Crushing it releases 12 times the flavor.
So, easiest way to peel it is you take the cloves and you put it under the flat side of the knife and you smash it. Mm-hmm. And then the peel comes right off. And then it's already crushed, but then you can dice it into smaller pieces, so you get the best of both worlds.
What I'll do is I'll do the first crush, get the peels off, and then I'll crush it again down to like almost a paste, but not enough because, it still tries to maintain its shape. And then I'll dice that. Stop says I just use the garlic powder and the jarred garlic. So the jarred garlic is actually garbage for most recipes. The actual flavor from the jarred garlic only comes from the solution that it's been kept in. The garlic itself loses all of its actual flavor. It's pure placebo that you still feel like it has all of the garlic flavor. There's a channel that has a 45-minute video on garlic and its history and different ways to prepare it. And I've watched that video 3 separate times because it's so good.
He has that interspersed with his H-Bomber Guy playbacks.
I've watched a lot of H-Bomber Guy replays. Powdered garlic, though, the rehydration process for powdered garlic actually does make the flavor come out a fuck ton. Dehydrated garlic is really good. Fresh garlic crushed gives you a lot of garlic flavor. Jarred garlic has the least amount, period. Jarred garlic is good if you're combining it with the powder, so you get all of the flavor from the garlic powder, but the texture from the jarred garlic if you're making like garlic bread. Outside of that, I used to buy jarred garlic all the time. I stopped buying it and started just using the fresh stuff after watching that video. It garlic pilled me. We're just going to go ahead and say that one. I got garlic pilled.
Yep.
Does that mean Cirrus attacks by farting? God damn it. We're on the garlic thing again still because there's a point in Super Smash Brothers where Solid Snake calls in about Wario and he gets told like he eats cloves of garlic every day and he attacks by farting, and Solid Snake is sitting there going, that sounds stupid. I use pistols. What? Anyway.
I mean, anyone who eats lots of garlic knows about the garlic farts.
Yeah.
Cirrus
Not
probably
really.
smells really bad when he farts.
My girlfriend would probably agree with you. I am asked to take Gas X when I go to bed.
There you go. It's the garlic.
It's the garlic.
So your option is either continue taking Gas X or just stop eating garlic.
I will continue to take the Gas X because the correct amount of garlic in any recipe
Is all the
add
garlic.
more garlic. It's add more garlic.
I don't disagree.
Like, it's so good. Raptor Blue, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream?
Hi, Raptor Blue. Raid me next time. Cirrus doesn't need your follows.
I do actually. I really
Okay,
do.
yeah,
I need,
he
I need
Cirrus,
hydration.
Cirrus relies on Twitch way more than I do, so yeah, follow Cirrus. I'm a YouTuber. I got way more people watching on YouTube than Cirrus has on both combined, probably.
Yeah, it's just how it is. I've also just had lower viewership in general, probably because my streaming's been more sporadic lately. Thank you for the water, Rooster Rachel.
Just consider me to be your anchor. I force you to stream every Wednesday night, whether you like it or not, so you at least have one regular time slot.
It is actually true, and I've been thankful for that for a very long time. I'll just have you know.
Yeah, there have been so many times when Cirrus has been like, oh, I might not be at my best this time, and I've been like, hey, do you just need the night off? It's okay, I can find someone else who's like, no, I need to stream. Stop offering me the night off. So like, I've just stopped doing that when he's not feeling well. I'm like, yeah, whatever, suck it up.
Yeah, no, if I'm not having a good night, all it is just like, hey, I may be a little listful today, but I do still have to do my job. In every way, shape, and form.
And speaking of concerning, to say the least, that brings us to our next story. New Hampshire Libertarian Party shares and deletes a post that suggests that assassinating Harris would be heroic.
Before we get into this one, I have to run to the restroom real quick. I apologize, Rhino.
Okay, should I narrate it?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You'll narrate the audiobook of the life of me in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not good at coming up with shit on the top of my head. I would need to have a script prepared for this, but Cirrus doesn't usually leave for the washroom in the middle of the stream, so I don't know. Somebody write something for me to read real quick. As Cirrus unzips his fly, he looks over and wonders, why is Growlithe looking at me like that? And then I don't know where to go from there. My brain immediately went to I could either make it completely not safe for the stream or just not even just disarm it right away. I don't know. Dance. Sinvia says dance monkey. I don't know how to entertain you guys while I'm by myself. The asparagus was the answer all along. Give us Puddles. Puddles is not in the room with me. I don't know where Puddles is at the moment, actually. But apparently Canadians is just the word toilet. What do you mean? What do you mean, Fennec? Go to the toilet, go to the washroom, go to the restroom, go to the bathroom. Those are all valid things to say. Am I a fan of Casual Geographic? I don't know. Is he taking a dump? Because this is taking a long time. Come on, Cirrus, I need you back. I can only kill so much time. Australians use the word toilet more than the euphemisms Americans use. I don't know. Oh, no, we don't say water closet. I've always thought water closet was weird. It's not a closet, it's a room. Sure, it's a small room, but it's not a closet. That's a fucking massive closet. What kind of closets do you guys have? And yeah, in Canada it's called a washroom. It's a room where you wash. You wash yourself there. You wash your hands after you use the toilet. You wash your body in the shower. Water closet is more British. No, that's the loo. Okay, when Cirrus comes back, I'm going to like immediately jump into like some disgusting narration, like just as he puts his headphones on, so that he can think that I've been narrating his bathroom trip this whole time. So I need you guys all to play along with that. Yeah, Lou is also British. Yeah, I know about the Lou. I learned about the Lou from a children's novel about the Titanic. And one of the plot points was like the mother of the kids was like telling them not to use the word Lou because it's not polite. Do Eastern Canadians not call it a restroom? We don't really call it a restroom, but we are aware of what you mean by restroom. Like, it wouldn't be unusual to hear someone ask for the restroom, but that's not generally what we would call it. You call it a restroom? My partner calls it a restroom. And my partner is from the islands in the Caribbean. Oh, well, that's because you were born in Canada. I'm actually not sure what area bathroom is specific to. Oh, Anubian the 13, thanks for the hydrate. Holy shit, Cirrus has taken a long ass time. God damn it, Cirrus. Okay, my partner is currently couch shopping. And as long as I don't have anything to talk about while I'm waiting for Cirrus, she wants to know what your recommendations are for, like, stores that we should buy a couch from. Apparently bathroom is very American. I mean, it is a room with the bathtub in it that you can take baths. Cat Nefarious Name of Doom says I like IKEA, so does she. So does she. We have gone there on dates in the past. Not to buy anything, just to walk through, because she loves it. And she gets ideas. And every idea she gets, I'm like, oh no, that idea costs money, doesn't it? And then Sean Helfin also says IKEA. So it looks like everybody recommends IKEA. Hooray for particle board! Affordability, yes. IKEA is affordable. And their furniture is, like, yeah, there's a lot of particle board. But the furniture is decent. Van Briggs says Lazy Boy is the best warranties. IKEA lets you return anything, like, up to a year after getting it.
Lazy Boy was where we saw that $10,000.
Oh, yeah, apparently Lazy Boy was also where we saw a $10,000 sofa. And that was like one of the cheaper ones they had there, so no. Also, I'm Canadian, so it's not Lazy Boy, it's Lazy Boy, because you spelled it wrong. It is LA-Z space boy. So being in Canada, it's Lazy Boy. Or rather, Lazy Boy. Lazy Boy! Anyway, thank you for redeeming the hat, whoever the fuck redeemed that. Freedom Inc. Hey! How's it going, Freedom Inc.? I'm just waiting for Cirrus to finish shitting. Apparently. I would say every time it's zebra, not a zebra. Yeah, but that's not the name of the company where they use the letter Z as part of the pronunciation scheme. So that's literally like the letter Z followed by an E would be pronounced Z. So zebra, not zebra. But lay Z boy, it's LA-Z, the letter Z, that you're supposed to say the name of the letter followed by the word boy. And in Canada, the name of that letter is Z. So it's lay Z boy. So, yeah. And because LA doesn't actually spell lay, it would be la, so it's la Z boy. La Z boy. Actually, one of my favorite things is watching LTT video, Linus Tech Tip videos. Is every now and then they'll mention the brand NZXT, and like half of them pronounce it NZXT, the other half just go with the American thing, NZXT. And it's funny to watch them kind of flip-flop back and forth between that. Linus himself will flip-flop back and forth. Sometimes he says NZXT, sometimes he says NZXT, and it's fun. And I actually, so I don't particularly care about how you pronounce letters or whatever, but I think Z makes more sense than Z because there's enough letters in the alphabet that end with the E sound. So it's just like one less letter that's hard to say over the phone. Like if you've got a Z in a word that you need to spell out for someone in a call center, if you say Z, there's only one letter that could possibly be, even if you didn't quite hear it right. Whereas if you say Z, it's like, I'm sorry, did you say C? Did you say B? D? E? G? Like they all end with that sound. So it's one less of them. Just don't call centers. Trust me, I try to avoid it whenever possible. The most annoying thing in a fucking call center is when you're on hold and they're just sitting there like, hey, did you know that if you go to our website, you can do blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yes, I fucking knew that. If I, like, that's the first thing I checked. I can't do the thing that I want to do on your website or I wouldn't be calling. So just stop telling me to go to your fucking website, you piece of shit, and answer the phone. So, yeah. Who was the worst hold music? My vote is Home Depot. So I used to get my internet from, I forget the name of the company. It was just like a small local company. And their hold music was literally like 15 seconds long and then it would repeat. And it was the most annoying thing because like they took forever to answer their phone because there's only like 2 employees there. And hey, Rhino, when Cirrus gets back, can you call him a dingle hopper? I'm about to go make dinner. Sure. Well, remember, I am going to, I'm going to start narrating a really disgusting shit-related thing that he could have been doing in the toilet when he puts his headphones back on so that he thinks that I will have kept that up the whole time he was gone. So yeah, I can work a dingle hopper into there because like dingle hopper is Little Mermaid for fork. So like it was such a rough shit that I had to dig it out with a dingle hopper. Something like that. And my partner's over here saying, can you just not? Please? Please don't do that. You're gross. Yeah, and so then he's going to have to dig the shit out with the dingle. Oh, hey, Cirrus, how are you doing? I wasn't narrating that disgusting shit you just took. That you had to dig out with a fork. Yeah, you were taking so long. You had to like get a fork up in there to pull it all out.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to pull it out. What I had to do is I had to take the fork, stick it in, and then swirl it around to turn it into a slushy so that it would be able to be consumed by my septic tank better.
And now that nobody in our chats will ever be able to eat again, shitting bismuth, I threw out the bismuth crystals.
The crystals that have healing properties?
Yes, I threw out your healing crystals. She doesn't advocate for healing crystals in replacement for medicine, but she does like have crystals around the house, and every now and then she'll like find out that there's like some property of crystals that she'll like give me the look and be like, oh, the crystal did that thing. Oh, I see. And one of the things is that like when she found out that the bismuth that we made crystals out of is the active ingredient in Pepto-Bismol. It's like, oh, so you use crystals to heal your stomach problems, do you?
Yeah, but there's a difference between putting the crystal and digesting it versus rubbing it all over your temples. There's a little
don't
bit
do
of
that
a
with
difference.
bismuth. Don't do that with bismuth. It's actually bad for you.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between the two of those things.
Mainly one of dosage.
I need to OD on bismuth and calcium.
That was like the one thing is that I was handling the bismuth without gloves on, and people in the audience were like, "Don't do that. You'll get so much." And it was like, yeah, I probably should have had the gloves on, but like I washed my hands right afterwards, and like I only stuck my face in the boiling bismuth liquid like twice. Okay, that's basically the end of this news story. But before we go on to the next one, I do have to use the washroom, and I have a I've built in some protections this time against Cirrus doing what he did last time. So I'll be right back.
You've built it.
You did this, Cirrus. This is your fault.
Yeah, I will gladly take that. I will gladly take that. I don't think you went to the restroom. I think you went to go get a beer because that was timed perfectly.
No, I did go to the restroom, but I rushed back. I ran up the stairs. I'm like, oh, the song's ending. Gotta get back. And
you timed your bathroom song.
I did, yes. And that's why I have the wireless headphones today, so that I could time it.
I am going... So, because of that, Rhino, I am going to write a parody of your bathroom song.
But my bathroom song was already a parody.
Perfect. This is going to be unrecognizable as even music.
So, just think of what I went through to get that. Like, I had to hand my partner my phone and be like, hey, can you please record me sitting on the toilet going, Jesus! So that I can splice it into this song.
I mean, I think as a fellow YouTuber, you might have forgotten for just a moment you have access to a tripod.
No, because I threw out the shitty tripod that I took on vacation with me because I got mad, and that was literally my only other tripod, and I didn't feel like taking apart my teleprompter.
You know, that's entirely fair.
Yeah.
I can't fault you for that at all.
I got mad at that thing when I got back, and I'm like, oh, fuck this. If I need to travel with a tripod again, I'll just buy a new one and buy a good one, because this thing's a piece of shit.
Hey, that's my ring light actually broke inside my car. The one that I normally take with me for traveling.
Okay. Just the track of the conversation that we've had so far. When you said inside, my car was not what my brain autofilled.
my ring light broke inside my ass.
Me and Saki were using the ring light the other day. You see?
Is it in yet? Turn it on. I need to know.
I think I got the Rona, and Donald Trump said that light will solve it.
The black light. One man, one ring light.
Alex Markle says, aren't they like $10? Are you talking about tripods or ring lights? Because you can get a $10 tripod, but that thing will probably make me even more angry. It's like the one that I got angry at that I threw out, that thing was like $50 to $75. And it was a piece of shit that, like, not even joking, the video that I recorded with that thing took probably twice as long as my normal videos would have taken. Now, there was more than just the tripod that impacted that calculation, but the tripod was a significant portion of it. So, like, yeah, you can get a $10 tripod, but that thing will be even worse than the piece of shit that I was using. So, like,
the
a
$20
decent
Amazon
tripod,
basic one isn't terrible.
a decent tripod, I bet you it is compared to what I'm used to now at this point. Like, I won't spend less than 150 on a tripod at this point.
I don't have 150 money for a tripod,
which is why I haven't replaced it yet.
I can't justify that.
Need more units of money. Yeah, no, I haven't replaced it yet because of that, because I don't really need another tripod at the moment. So, like, I can't justify the expense, but but the downshot is that I need to occasionally look at my partner and be like, hey, I need you to record me in this really weird scenario that you're going to, like, look at me funny for, and then just be like, you have a weird job, but it does pay the bills.
Yeah.
Olivia Williams sent $6.99, says 150 persons in the chat, only 36 likes. People press like. So thanks for super chatting to press like. I'm really bad at asking for people to like my videos, but I guess
Everybody
other people in the chat.
Vice Rhino's content. He's a good YouTuber. There. I'll do it in the most obnoxious way possible.
Like and subscribe for more bathroom songs.
Because apparently we're going to have bathroom song wars now.
Yeah, apparently. So on a related note, I have a bidet, and I'd really like for that bidet company to sponsor my channel because I'd love to advertise for them because they're fucking great. So
God fucking damn it, Lunar Muse. I just saw it. I had the activity completely covered up by a notepad document because I'm doing something on monitor 3. Fucking balls. Lunar Muse, thank you for redeeming 50,000 once channel points for an woo. Now go get under a rock and crush yourself.
Small beans, little babies.
Ooh.
Ooh, small beans, little babies.
Why?
What are we even talking about?
Oh, that wasn't an ooh. That wasn't my ooh button.
What are we even oohing about?
Holy Ghost fire!
Oh my god.
That's I don't know what any of my buttons do anymore, okay?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
Superstar.
Do you think you're who they say you are?